Hello my dudes, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, I'm Evan and I knit things. And if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so glad you're all here. Today is episode 4 of my 2025 podcast series. And let me just preface this by saying myself and everyone in my house are sick. I feel relatively terrible, so this is gonna be quick. We missed last week, so I do have a couple things to show you, but really not very many. So, I've got a couple whips to show you. I have one finished object, but it's blocking and I can't show it to you right now, so you'll have to wait for next week for that. Or maybe I'll put a picture in. I've got a couple acquisitions and we can have a little bit of book chat. So let's jump right in. The finished object is the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague that I knit for Garrett for his birthday. Here's a picture, I guess, of it blocking. You can see the real thing when it's dry, I guess. I used Knit Picks Chroma for this hat in the colorway, what was the colorway? Seahorse. I'm a Knit Picks affiliate. If you have interest in picking up this yarn or any other Knit Picks things, you can click the link in the description box below, and I earn a small commission if you buy something at that link. And it doesn't cost you anything. So that's the finished object. First whip. There's two you haven't seen. Let's just talk real quickly. This is what's been taking up all of my time. Yet another Purl Soho sample. This was a set of 5 samples that go together. I finished 4 of them. The last one is unfortunately the biggest, and it is taking forever and 35,000 years. I am halfway through it, and I have 2 weeks to finish it. So this is still taking up the majority of my time, and unfortunately I can't even show it to you, which is really annoying. But there's that. Next thing, since we just talked about Garrett's Musselburgh hat, Henry's birthday is at the end of February. Garrett's is at the beginning, Henry's is at the end, so I am, of course, making him the same things. He's getting gloves. He's getting fingerless gloves with a mitten flap and the same hat, but in different colors. So here's... Sorry. Okay, so here's what I've done on Henry's. I literally just cast this on last night, just to get it on the needles. There's the very start of the Musselburgh, again by Isolde Teague, and here's the yarn for Henry's. It's rainbow under there. I believe this one's called Clown Car or Clown Wig. Clown Wig, maybe. So yeah, we've got the cast on and then the first row of increases and the first round of knits, and that's it. I don't know if I showed you that my regular sized yarn bowl came in. I got it in a different color. I don't like the color at all. And I actually don't really like the yarn bowl. It makes this sound when yarn gets pulled out of it, and I really hate the sound. Besides that, the bowl itself is fine, but I hate the sound. I mean, it's fine when I have headphones on and I'm not paying attention to it, but if I'm sitting at the kitchen table with the kids doing school, it grates on me very quickly. So clearly that's just an autism thing, and it's great. Okay. Next whip. Let's talk cross stitch for a minute. So I haven't worked on this. The first time I have worked on this since I last showed it to you was last night. So very little has been done. This is obviously not going to be finished by Garrett's birthday. His birthday is the 6th. This is nowhere near finished. I did this bit last night. And that bit's not even finished. There's another color or two in there. So, like, I've got this arm finished. We've got, like, we've started his, like, pants here. Like, that's the end, so it doesn't go much further down. But I finished everything else that I need to get done for today besides editing this video, so this is going to be the rest of the day. We're going to try to work on the belt and the pants here. And I'm hoping I can get one of those done. I don't really know if that's feasible or not. I'm a very, very slow cross-stitcher. But yeah, he'll get this someday. While I'm just having a moment here, I am like really, really overwhelmed by all of my projects right now. I really dislike having more than one project with a deadline at a time, and I have so many with deadlines right now. Like, I finished Garrett's hat and gloves, and those had deadlines, and the cross stitch had a deadline that I'm just not capable of making. The Purl Soho project has a deadline, Henry's hat and mittens, and he has a cross stitch too that I started, and I don't think I'll be able to finish for him either. I think best case scenario is I finish his hat and gloves, and I don't even know if I can do that. I also have a sample for Fiona from Fiona Kay Knits that has a deadline, and I'm just really, really overwhelmed right now, and I feel like a total failure for not being able to complete this for Garrett's birthday. And I know I'm being ridiculous, but I'm just gonna be real with you guys. Since I mentioned the Fiona Kay sample, let me show it to you. You haven't seen it yet. I told you that it was going to exist, but you haven't seen it. This is the Ranunculus by Midori Hirose, and the yarn is from Fiona Kay Knits. This is a new base of hers, so I don't know what the base is called yet. I'm not sure it has a name yet. I don't think she's officially come out with it yet. Like, it wasn't available for her Edgar Allan Poe pre-order, which she just finished. So I think it won't be available until the spring. I don't know what this colorway is. I think it's Void. It's just black, but I know you can really see really well. But like, I am on the round to split for sleeves. Like, I only started this on Monday, so it's going pretty well, but you can see how dark this is. So I can only work on this in sunlight, and as we know, sunlight is not my friend. So, like, I work on this during school, sitting at the kitchen table with, like, the light from my sliding glass door behind me. So that's as far as we've gotten, but we're ready to split for sleeves. There you go, you can see the detail a little bit there. But this is just going to be one of those that's really hard to see the details. It feels incredible. I believe this is a Merino yarn. It's a lace weight and it's fluffy. Can you see like the fluff there? But it's not fluffy like a Surrey where it's going to shed. This is like a brushed Merino. Something like that. Here, let me see if I can. There you go. That's what the actual yarn looks like. So this is a really quick pattern, but it's just one more thing adding to my pile of immense stress right now. And then everybody being sick on top of it. Except my husband, of course. Does he ever get sick? No. No. Do you know how many times he's been sick since I've known him? For reference, I've known him for 23 years. I can count on one hand the number of times he's been sick. Maybe 5. Maybe. And only really sick once. And that was 8 years ago. Yeah. It's absurd. Anyway, okay. I have one more whip to show you guys. So, the one goal I set for myself for January was to knit 1 hexagon of my Polygon blanket every day of the month. And did that massively add to my stress with all of my other things going on? Yes, it did. But I did it. I had originally wanted to continue this 1 a day. Excuse me. 1 a day until the blanket was finished, but I don't have the wherewithal for that right now. So this is being put on hold after I show it to you guys until I've gotten some things under control. So the ones you haven't seen yet are these. They're basically all the same color. Even though this is 4 different yarns. We've got these ones are all the same. And then these ones are the same. And these 2 are the same. And then we've got 4 halves. So this month I made 8 halves and this many holes. I'm really proud of myself. Okay, so let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 holes. And 8 halves. So, let's put that together with what I already did before this month, last year, the 12 I think it is. Yeah, previously I had 12 holes and 1 half. So we're gonna change that right now. Okay, so January we have 23 holes and 8 halves for a total of 23, 43, 44, 45 holes and 9 halves. So that means I still need 21 halves and 83 holes. Now, while that sounds relatively insurmountable to my brain, let's put this in perspective. I started needing 128 holes and 30 halves. So 83 sounds way better than 128 to me. So 83, if we did 2.5, almost 3 more months of 1 a day, we could finish. Well, almost. We could finish the holes. But it's not like I'm deciding whether to do a whole or a half. It's just based on how much yarn I have. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna do halves today. No, it's okay, this yarn, I had enough to do this hole and then didn't have enough for another hole, but I did have enough for a half. So, of course I never told you this pattern. This is the Polygon blanket by Tin Can Knits, and I am knitting it in all of my DK weight scraps. Okay, and that's all the knitting and cross stitch. That's all the whips. That's all the whips. Very quick, what am I wearing? This is the Comfort Fade Cardi by Andrea Mowry. It's knit up in pixie yarn. This was the Mirkwood Fade from several years ago. I steeked it. I love this sweater except the giant shawl collar, but I don't dislike it enough to do the work to take the shawl collar out. So it is what it is. This yarn is beautiful. Most of this yarn, a lot of it is what the hexes are being made out of. Because I think it was like 6 or 7 colors, and this pattern calls for either 4 or 5. So that's that. Acquisitions, I guess. So I actually got this last week. I told you guys that I got a little present from Purl Soho. They gave me a gift card to their website, and I picked up some stuff. So I picked up 2 more skeins of the linen quill, the same that I got last time. It's even the same dye lot to make a sweater with. I don't know what sweater, but a sweater. And then they sent me a little sample mini. This is the super soft merino. It's 100% merino. It's a single ply. I would say this is bulky weight. The colorway is called Crocus Bud. Like, it's pretty thick, you can see. It is 17 yards per 20 grams, so definitely bulky. It's really pretty. I have no concept of what I will use this for, but it feels lovely and it's really pretty. So thank you, Purl Soho, for that little present. And then I also picked up these 2 skeins of Cotton Pure, which is probably my favorite yarn of theirs. Here, see if I can get that color a little better. It's a little more purple than it's showing up, but it's 100% organic cotton. This is a sport weight in the colorway Wild Lavender. It's 279 yards per 100 grams, so somewhere between sport and DK. A heavy sport, very light DK, but it's really pretty, and I think these will be a tank. And then the coolest thing, which they probably thought was nothing, is just they send you this little card. It like just tells you a little bit about Purl Soho and their stuff. But what was really cool for me was I made this sample, this one here, and then this one came in 2 colors, and I made the other one, but not this one. And I actually made other ones of these hats too. So it was really cool to like get this and be like, oh hey, that's my work right there. This is actually the first sample I ever made for them. I made a couple of them in different colors, and that was just really cool. I liked that a lot. So that's the acquisitions. What else? Goals. Mostly survival at this point. I need to work on both of the samples. The Purl Soho sample is due by February 19th. The Fiona Kay Sample is due by March 3rd. Henry's hat and gloves that I have yet to cast on are due for his birthday on the 28th. if it wouldn't kill me, I would like to pull some late nights and try to finish Garrett's cross stitch, but his birthday is the 6th. Today's January 31st. Like, that's a week, and like I can't just put off the Purl Soho sample. It's very large, and I need to finish on time. I need to do 5 repeats of the stitch motif every day, and it, like, they don't take that long, but it's really hard on my hands because of the gauge. So like I have to take a break in between each repeat, and if I pick up the cross stitch, then I end up doing that for a really long time. So yeah, I don't know. Again, just massive overwhelm. Let's talk books. So since we last talked, things I have finished. I finished The Nightmare Before Christmas by Sarah Rash, or Rosh, I don't know. 5 stars. Thought I'd hate it. I don't like Christmas, so I thought I'd hate this book. Loved it. The Raven and the Reindeer by T. Kingfisher. Yet another brilliance of T. Kingfisher, 5 stars. The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer. It was pretty good. 4 stars. I finally finished Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. That was 4 stars. It just kind of... Brandon Sanderson is not great at pacing, and it's just starting to wear on me at this point. I read The Menagerie by 2E.T. Sutherland for Garrett. He found yet another book series to be obsessed with, and it's like, Mom, you have to read them so I can talk to you about them. So it's a 3-book series. I have read the first one now. It was okay. 3 stars. And then this morning I finished The Forest Where the Phoenix Sleeps by Brooke Marley Jones. And okay, up until the last chapter of this book, it was 5 stars. Loved it. It was fantasy, but dark, but at times a little cozy, magical, but also horror-y, and it was a really cool mix of genres, and I loved the writing. I hated the ending. Hated it. So it gets demoted to 4 stars. And then, what am I currently reading? Oh, that brings me up to 18 books so far for the year. And yes, I know I have, let's see, there's now 12 books that aren't in my book socks, but they are not my priority right now. I would really love to catch them up, but I just don't have the time. Like, I haven't touched them since I showed them to you. Yeah, so I don't know. Okay, books I'm currently reading. I'm reading Dragon on Trial, which is the Menagerie Book 2 by 2E.T. Sutherland. I actually need to finish that today because Henry started reading them and he finished the first book today, so he needs to read it. But we're listening to the audiobooks, so like we're all sharing the copy. Garrett finished them. I have like 3 hours left on book 2, so I need to finish it so Henry can read it. I'm doing a reread of Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros so that Brett and I can listen to Onyx Storm when we finish Kingdom of Ash. We only have 3 hours left, so I'm really hoping we can finish it. I mean, this weekend would be great, but who knows. And then we'd have to wait to do Onyx Storm until I finish Iron Flame. And I'm only 18% into Iron Flame because I forgot how much I hate the beginning of this book. So, after the beginning, it gets good, and I like it a lot, but the beginning sucks. So, just those 3. Though I think I'm going to start Phantasma by, who are you by? Kaylee Smith soon. I joined a book club on the Fable app, and this is what they read in January, and it's one I've been wanting to read. I finally got Kindle Unlimited, so has a lot of these like more indie books that I like. Anyway, I joined this book club from somebody I follow on Instagram. The book club is called Readers Be Readin'. If you want to join, it's on the Fable app. You can just search Readers Be Readin'. But for February, they're going to be reading One Dark Window, and I already read that. So I'm going to read what they read in January, which was Phantasma. And it's one that has been on my list since it came out. So I'm going to read that, I think. It's what I read like during school time, when the kids are doing quiet work and I can't listen to a book because they have questions every 30 seconds, but I can read a book while I'm knitting on something. So I'll probably be reading that. And then when I can't sleep, I read that in bed. I have a pretty sweet Kindle set up in my bed. So yeah. Okay, that's everything. Yeah. Now I need to not go to bed, but edit this episode so you guys can see it. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know that I have no energy and I look like crap. I have no makeup on, nothing. But this is what you get, and this is my real life. So, hi, welcome to my real life. This is me in real life. Follow me on Instagram for random musings in my stories. Like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube. I would love to make it to 200 subscribers in the month of February. We're at 180 something. I know you guys can do it. So if you're watching this right now and you aren't subscribed, please hit subscribe. Also, if you want to support the channel and me before we can get this monetized in any way, because this takes a ton of time and effort, I have set up a wish list over on Ravelry where you can buy me a pattern of the ones that I want. There's not very many on there right now. I just put like things that are on my Make 9 that I haven't bought yet, or things that I've been wanting to make for a long time. You can buy me a pattern, and that would be so nice. It would make my day. You absolutely don't have to do that, but you could if you wanted to. Yeah. So thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time. If you want to be notified of whenever that is, because things happen in my life often, click the notification bell and you'll get a little notification when my next upload is. Alright, I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a great day and that you are surviving the infinite January. Love you all. Bye!